Hello.
Hello.
Uh, as that intro video, as that intro video showed you, I've gotten everything up to 65. Now hopefully that'll be enough. Um, we've caught a Raikou, which
I sure hope that the we don't get copyright commented on for that.
probably,
We absolutely will.
for some
Because you
reason,
keep picking music with
yeah.
think
But
like Ride of the Valkyries or something. No one ever cares about that.
well, you say that, but my first video, I deliberately chose music that was like from the 20s, and it got copyright struck. So hey ho. Right. Um, we probably ought to buy some healing items here. Let's just get some revives. I won't get that many. I'll get like this many. Yeah, we've got a lot of money because we fought gyms lots.
For the training. But
Yeah,
I've not seen because you've not shared it with me yet.
I might as well buy a few of these miracle berries as well.
Well, it sure won't hurt.
Um, Actually, you know what? Give me some max elixirs to restore our PP.
Can you guess what I did today? Today being time of recording day.
I don't know.
I went and got a haircut.
Did you really? I'm getting a haircut tomorrow.
I
How often do you get a
yeah.
haircut?
Oh, about every 6 months or so.
Right, let's give you
I've had a lot of bad haircuts over the years. I
this.
try and avoid going.
Let's give you a miracle berry. This is all just set up. Because you never know.
Funny enough, I've just done some setup as well, so that I can AFK kill some grot worms as part of a Slayer task on RuneScape whilst we talk and play.
Fair dues. Right, I'm here to overthrow the government.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't change my weapon.
I have 8 badges, please let me through. Hello. Yes, I would. So we can't switch. We don't get that your opponent is about to use this message, and we can't heal in battle. So they've added these rules, and there is a surprise fight right at the
Ooh.
beginning.
Is it Gary?
No, it's just one of the people who helped out. It's one of the newer self-insert characters. So let's hope and pray we can beat him. He's a DJ,
Last night a DJ saved my life.
and now we're gonna kick his ass
Yeah, pretty much.
and hurt his pets. How often do you get a haircut?
I told you, roughly every 6 months.
Jesus, Jordan.
I've had some bad haircuts over the years. I try and avoid going if I can help it.
Alright.
But sometimes it needs to be done.
It also doesn't help that they've nicknamed their stuff. And this is a
That looks
ground
like a
type.
Steelix.
It is a Steelix.
Oh boy, I sure like my Pokemon. Pokemon!
See if Sergeant Angle can deal with it. I mean, they're all going to have. Sergeant Angle has not been healed. This is a problem. This is
Sergeant
off to a
Angle might be in trouble.
cracking start, isn't it? But she will heal us before we go in, so that is something.
Hmm. Take
Uh,
down Omega.
right.
Is that
Mercifully, I've got Fire Punch, and this thing is going to fucking melt because it's bug steel, so it's 4 times weak.
is that Sizor?
Sizzle, yeah.
Same diff.
Oh, yay. So far, so
You fucked
good.
that bitch up. Yeah, I got a haircut, and I always tip when I get a haircut
Do I
because
go
I go
for
so rarely.
submission?
How much does a haircut cost you, and how often do you go?
25 quid, thereabouts.
Jesus Christ.
I get. Well, I'm gonna have to change that when I move and I'm saving money. Um, But I
It cost
get,
me 12.
yeah, I'm gonna have to get something a lot cheaper. But they give me like a proper uh, it's a Turkish barbers.
Is that what?
It's a Turkish barbers.
So they do the shave as well, do they?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, for that kind of money, I'd be wanting a happy ending.
Mm.
Oh, to be fair, I should probably paying minimum wage
Right.
for that. And but no, it cost me 12, and I gave it 20 and said keep your change.
We'll get you, big spender.
Yeah, well, if you got cash.
Magneto's pretty defensive. It should be
But
able
like
to.
I hate going, and I quite enjoy being there. Right, they put me at ease with the whole process.
Mm.
No, it's not like I hate having my hair done, sitting there and just letting someone
No.
with fucking scissors go at my hair.
Yeah.
You know,
I always feel
they
a bit.
could kill me if they
Awkward.
wanted to kill me. They could kill me.
Yes, I always feel a bit awkward and uncomfortable in those situations as well. Oh,
And then
shame.
afterwards, we were having one of them was talking about how they want a VR headset. Like I'd paid, and then they were like, "What are you doing for the day?" I was like, "Well, I'll go get some breakfast, I think." And then one of them was talking about wanting a VR headset, and I was like, "Oh." And we had a 5-minute chat about that.
Yeah, I don't really like it when they talk to me.
Yeah, I'm bad at initiating the conversation.
Mm.
I
But,
follow them on Facebook. They dressed up for Halloween the other day.
what do they dress up as?
Various things. Someone was Chucky. Someone. I'm based on the conversation that we had today. I think they were dressed up as Peter Sutcliffe.
Oh God.
Yep. Someone went. I think it was as Harley Quinn. Someone was just your average zombie witchy sort of costume.
Mm.
Just characters,
Actually brings me on to a topic I've got.
Oh yeah. How
Yeah,
convenient.
Halloween costumes.
Oh, okay. Is it the fact that they were being advised not to wear specific ones as part of the
No,
strike
it's
action?
just general Halloween costumes. What's?
Oh, okay.
I saw some people dressed as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, which went down as
Ah,
well as it
yes.
should have.
What's her name? What's her name? That was in Schitt's Creek.
Mm. Yes, that's right.
Mm.
No, she really is in
Yes,
Schitt's
that's
Creek,
it.
isn't she? Or up it
Oh
rather.
yes. Without a paddle.
Yeah.
What would you want to dress as if you could dress as anything?
Well,
For Halloween.
I don't know. I would probably go as a historical figure, maybe like a king of England or something. When I was at sixth form, we did a dress-up thing, and at the time, I don't know whether you remember this. There was they did the twisted Disney princesses.
Oh yeah, I recall
So
that.
you had like art of like Jasmine from Aladdin, and her tiger was like really big and vicious and stuff like that. They
Yeah.
went as like undead Disney princesses, and I went as a frozen Walt Disney,
Okay.
which I thought was rather creative actually. Even though Walt Disney was not actually frozen, he was ironically enough cremated.
There's that joke around, isn't there, about how they've deliberately named Frozen, so that when you type Disney
Disney
Frozen,
frozen. It comes up with
yeah.
that rather than you know him. Right. So I think a pretty safe strategy is to lead with Woody because he's got the best covering moves. How you feeling, pal?
Old friend, old buddy, old pal.
He's dazzling.
Well, but yeah, obviously Halloween's a bit different for grown-ups, isn't it? It's not such a big deal.
Well, it doesn't really
Did you
seem to
get
have.
anyone knock?
No, doesn't really
Did you
seem.
have any decorations up?
No, I mean Halloween doesn't really seem to have caught on in this country as it has in America, has it? Oh, this guy's called
It's...
Rowan.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Ah, brilliant. I feel like there's this whole thing about how if people don't have things decorations up, you shouldn't knock.
Mm,
But obviously, I live in a block of flats, so it's quite hard for people to know if I've got decorations or not.
yeah.
And like, if I put a pumpkin out, where am I going to put it?
I think it's raining in here. It's annoying. Must be have an ice punch so I can get around that. Yeah, well, I would probably go as some sort of king, I guess. Maybe Edward the First or something. And everybody go, "Who are you?" And I go, "Edward the First," and they go, "Who? Was he in
Well,
Saw?" Who'd you go as?
Shaggy.
Right. The
But like after he's eaten all the food, Shaggy.
Oh, I
Because I'm
see.
fat,
I
right?
see.
I'm like realistic Shaggy.
That moment. Yeah, I mean they have that, don't they? Where he eats the food and then he's temporarily a little overweight and then it disappears in the next scene.
Yeah, but mostly because they can't be asked to stick to continuity, right?
Well, no, well they don't have to. That's the luxury of a cartoon, isn't it?
But I feel like I could pull off the fat Shaggy look.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm a bit short, but I mean, fuck it, right? What's it matter?
just playing into your Linda Cardellini obsession.
It's not at all. It's not an obsession either.
We're being double teamed. I was afraid of this.
It's funny you mentioned Edward First actually, because I this morning had a revelation about how the next part of the Horrible Histories Kings and Queens song should go.
Yeah,
So obviously, it ends with uh, Queen Elizabeth II,
yeah.
right?
I'm not too
And
familiar with it, but yeah.
I did have a four quite short lines that summed up
Mm.
the
Oh my
passing from
god.
Elizabeth to Charles, and I can't remember how it goes now. I was going to write it down, but I was
Shit.
on the way. I was on the morning school run, and I didn't have a chance to write it down, so it's quite annoying.
I think.
But it included a joke about assumption that she was going to leave the throne to the dogs,
Yeah.
because obviously she was a fan,
Hey. Oh, fuck's
probably
sake.
wasn't she?
Okay, well, fuck it. Just thunderbolt it and hope for the best. Yeah. I'm actually reading a book that's sort of about the royal family. It's about courtiers, like their private
Oh,
secretaries and stuff. And Charles was apparently a bit of an arsehole. He was very cantankerous and had a habit of yelling at them. Oh, yeah, and the Queen Mother was pretty laid back.
that
Well,
seems like the
let's
right
give
sort of
Diego a
reaction to
try,
have.
shall we? See, Diego is shiny, but for some reason, our um, our electrode isn't.
We don't have a shiny ball sack.
No, but it does explode.
Damn right it does. I what was I going to say? I So you're enjoying that book, then?
Yes, I finished my Alan Partridge book.
Okay.
I have to say it wasn't quite. I think a lot of the reason why I love Nomad so much is because of the I've never actually read it. I've only heard the audio book.
Hmm.
Um, and I think Steve Coogan's delivery has an awful lot to do with that. Plus, Nomad feels like more of a story. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I was not that long ago listening to the Kunk on Everything
mm,
book, and Diane Morgan's delivery as Philomena Kunk is definitely one of the selling points that makes it worth
yeah,
listening to.
probably wouldn't be as good if it was just a if you were reading it yourself.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
you'd read it in her voice, obviously, but
I'd hope so, but I couldn't guarantee that I'd succeed at that either, because it's you know
I wonder if it's shiny now. It's not shiny now. I have no
I've
idea
been
what's
listening
going on with that.
to I've been listening to the Thrawn series of books
Thrawn
as
or
part of
Thrawn?
Thrawn.
Admiral Thrawn.
That's the one, yes.
Right, it's your bloody lisp. That's what's doing it.
Well, get the fuck over it. So I've been listening to the first of those because I've not finished that one, so there's no point me starting the second.
Yeah,
And I'm getting on okay with it. Having this week off work has helped because I'll just sit here, play
good.
RuneScape, and listen to it whilst I'm playing.
Is it
Right?
just going to be raining in all of these rooms?
Hope not.
We just sort of rule
And
out Fire Punch, but
it does highlight how competent a imperial officer he is.
mm,
But I suppose that is kind of a point.
yeah,
Obviously, he came
much
across as
sunlight.
competent when he was in he came across as competent when he was in Rebels,
Yeah.
the TV show, and I understand that he is in the Ahsoka series that I've still not watched,
Hmm.
and presumably seems competent in that as well.
If you could have a film in any fictional franchise that you're a fan of, or say any fictional franchise, any film or TV franchise or whatever, about a certain period of time or a character or whatever, what would it be?
About any particular character.
A film or a TV series? Yeah.
So hang on. Let me get this straight. If I could have a film or TV series about an actual person,
No, about a character. Like, say you want to see what Darth Sidious was up to, like after Revenge of the Sith.
oh, okay, the Empire years.
Yeah.
That's what they'd call the fucking book, isn't it?
Yeah.
God, what a shitty empire it was. Um. Oh, that's a good question.
Thank you.
Hmm.
That was an easy fight. You beat Ned Flanders.
I would go with. Hmm. That's a tough one. If we could get the proper casting for it,
Yeah, of course.
I would like to have seen what the War Doctor got up to.
Hmm.
But obviously, we're never going to get that because John Hurt's dead.
Well, you could resurrect him.
Well, I know, but in real life, we're never going to get it, are we?
Well,
that would
no.
be what I would want if I could.
Yeah. I guess I would have. I would like. I've often said I'd like a Veep or the Thick of It style series set in the Star Trek universe. Like, let's have the Federation President's office, the Federation President's office in a sort of Veep style thing.
Hmm.
Uh,
I mean, obviously, I'm not familiar with like how Veep is,
yeah.
but it doesn't strike me. When you mentioned the thick of it,
Mm,
from what I know of the thick of it, Star Trek doesn't feel like it would cross over well with it.
eh. I mean,
To me,
I still think it. Well, look, this isn't. Would it work? This is what I would like to see.
no, that's fair enough.
And I would like to see something like that.
One of the things I quite liked about the Andor Star Wars series is that there was a lot of the bureaucracy at play
Mm,
of the imperial bureaucracy.
mm,
We could see where it was going wrong.
yeah.
Like the whole plot kicks off because of an accidental death, right? Someone slips and bangs their head after a scuffle.
Okay. Who? Something like an. Is it a
Just
succession
some
crisis sort of thing, or?
some guard on a. It's not even like an proper imperial guard. It's just one of these facilities that main character's gone to. He
Mm,
actually gets into a scuffle with someone, and they fall and hit their head and die. He covers his tracks by killing the witness because is that all he's going to get found out? And the one person who looks into it ends up getting that fucking all hell broken loose on the main character, right?
uh,
Like fucking Imperial attacks come in. Fucking Trevor from EastEnders gets involved.
how the hell do you know that?
How do I know what?
How, how do
I
you know?
recognised him when I watched it,
Hmm.
and I was like, I know that man. Where do I know that man from? I
Well,
looked it up, and he was Trevor from EastEnders.
I'm glad he's getting work because he put in a pretty harrowing performance. I'm going to talk about it in a video at some point in 20 years when I get around to it.
When someone votes for it.
Yes.
But no, it
Oh, that
like
was probably a mistake. It's probably too slow, isn't it?
the one person who goes to investigate, actually properly investigate the situation rather than writing it off as just one of those things.
Mm,
It leads a strike force which fails to take down the guy that is trying to take down, and the Imperials get involved, and they looking into it from their perspective
Yeah.
because it looks like something's connected, and then it's all really gone to shit, right? So like it's all one person trying to do their job properly in a society that doesn't that wants results, but not necessarily the correct result,
Oh,
the
well.
truth. It wants stuff to be signed off, but not necessarily be correct.
Hmm.
And that's Imperial to the letter, isn't it? You know, they don't care necessarily about it being right. They care about looking good.
I guess, but again, as I said in the cleaning video, Star Wars is a fairy tale. You know, it's like trying to analyze the politics of Lord of the Rings.
I wouldn't say it's analysing it. I'm saying it's
Well, yeah, I
this
mean,
is
going
this is
into
what they're presenting.
any degree of detail whatsoever.
This is what they're presenting within the franchise. It's
Yeah,
an account, not an analysis or just it's a description.
mm. Right. I actually think this fight is harder than the champion.
Funny bone.
Yeah, he has a Snorlax, and it's got a
Yes.
great move set, and it's called Daddy.
I don't necessarily believe you there.
No, it is.
Oh,
And,
God,
and he says, "Kiss the daddy."
that's uncomfortable.
Yes.
Gengar.
Oh, this is not.
I did some overtime this week on my week off.
Did you really? I wonder if this
Yeah.
thing's going to try and put me to sleep. Probably is.
It was only about 45 minutes, and I was told to make sure I put a form in for it, so I have put a form in for it. But I was covering my own holiday, which felt weird to put on the form. For what I hope are obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But I because I had to fill the form in, I found my pre-saved document that I use, deleted out the old data, and I hadn't done overtime, at least not overtime to put a form in for it, since last September. Which tells you one of two things. Either I don't put the forms in, or I don't do the overtime.
Well,
and I feel like it's a combination of the two.
It could be. I mean, we don't get overtime, we do toil. We just get the time off to use as we choose.
I don't know, toiling away. I'd rather take the extra cash, to be honest with
you. Yeah.
Well, like, I'll do an extra half hour.
I mean, sometimes it's. I mean, I've popped in on a Friday every now and then if I've got an hour to make up. I once had to go to a different campus to do some work, and I had some time before my bus that dropped me basically right outside my house. I thought, what the hell with it? I'll pop in and I'll get a few more hours. And people thought that was weird.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah, to be honest with you.
Oh, who cares?
Like, the only reason I did this extra time was because we realised with only 2 weeks left that no one knew how to do this one particular thing that was actually quite important. And it's one of those things where, because of the timing, it's actually going to be really awkward for someone else to do, because they need to understand the intricacies of the process rather than just know how to do the job.
Fuck you, Dragonite.
So I just did it, and like I saved everyone a favour. I did everyone a favour, including me, by doing it.
You know, the older I get, the less I care if people think I'm weird.
You know,
it's one of the good things.
Why properly start caring?
Here he comes. Here's my boy.
I am uncomfortable with this. I was reading an article. Did you know that Victoria Coren Mitchell has had another baby?
At 51 or 52, is it?
51.
Yeah.
Getting on a bit for having babies, I would say.
It certainly
not the point I was going to make, but I had seen on Twitter that she'd said it, but I didn't necessarily believe that she'd had a baby because of the way the tweet was phrased.
Right.
But I suppose it's not the sort of thing you joke about either, is it? So I guess I shouldn't have doubted it, but it's something about it seemed maybe this is a joke.
You think she was advertising a new season of Only Connect?
Well, have you seen the tweet?
No, I haven't.
No, she said that for anyone who saw my Halloween costume, anyone who saw my costume last night and assumed I was wearing a Halloween costume,
Here he is, kiss the daddy.
it's more that I've just had a baby and cloaks are the only thing that fit me. But like because of the whole Halloween thing and the timing of it, it came across as though it could have been a joke. But no, again, in retrospect, it's not the sort of thing you really joke about, is it?
So. No.
But no, the thing that caught my attention most is obviously she's married to David Mitchell.
Yeah.
So they had a small section in there in the article about David Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one particular word that I'm not certain about. I would like to know if you can tell me which word it is.
Okay.
Mitchell is best known for playing Mark in the comedy sitcom Peep Show and for his work with co-collaborator Robert Webb.
Comedy sitcom.
Yeah, it said comedy sitcom Peep Show.
Right.
That's not comedy's not the word I have the issue with.
Well, it's the word I have the issue with.
Do you not consider it to be a comedy sitcom?
Well, no, I do, but it's redundant. What does sitcom stand for, Jordan?
Situational comedy. Okay, yeah, fair point. I hadn't thought of that.
It's a redundancy.
I'm noticing a lot of wording errors and issues on BBC lately. Oh, these funding cuts potentially are causing problems.
Oh, maybe.
But no, that wasn't the one I took issue with. I was thinking a different word.
Read it again.
Mitchell is best known for playing Mark in comedy sitcom Peep Show and for his work with co-collaborator Robert Webb.
And for his work with Peep Show is a work with his co-collaborator Robert Webb.
Also, yeah, again, that's another possible issue with that.
Okay.
My issue was with the word co-collaborator.
Oh, that's another redundancy then, isn't it?
Really? Yeah, because like they are collaborators.
We're in the champion instantly.
So we've that one sentence with about 15 words in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20 words, and we found 3 potential issues.
I think there was another Half-Life thing in here. I think there was a G-Man quote. Quite a piece of work you've done here, I think. So yeah, really like Half-Life. But yes, you're right. Co-collaborator.
Co-collaborator stood out to me, like because the fact I think it's such a long word and 2 has the hyphen in it made it stand out. I think.
I have a problem with what you've just said.
Who?
You. I accidentally clicked fire punch. You went A, blah blah blah, and 2, blah blah blah.
Oh, I always do that.
I see.
I do. The fact that I've done it without even realizing.
I swear the last time I played this.
Often I'll do it deliberately.
The last time I played this, the weather effects weren't there. I mean, I'm sure
I'm
playing an older version.
You've probably broken something.
No, I haven't broken anything. There'll be a fucking... How the hell would you break it so that you get weather effects in the Elite Four but nowhere else? No,
how did you manage to break it so that you can't use a fucking first aid center, Pokemon center?
It'll be a
None of them have got an item on.
It'll be part of the update.
Done it. You've not. None of your Pokemon have got an item that's making it happen, have they?
No, I'm telling you. You do this all the time. Where I tell you about something I know more than you about.
I'm asking you because just
you will deny it.
Just because you think you know something doesn't mean you've not. You might have not considered this one particular angle that may in fact have an impact.
I'm telling you, it's not that.
Okay, fine. I don't feel like an idiot for pointing out the possibility that it might have been that.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Hey, see, the issue is we can't really deal with electric types. My point still stands, though. It would be. I mean, it's a weird thing to glitch.
It is a weird thing to glitch,
but it won't be. It'll be part of an update that is not on the version of the game I play most often. Ah, shit.
Wow.
Okay, we'd better deal with this. Let's hope we can burn it. Oh god, it's got a flamethrower.
Well, that sucks to be you.
Right. I know how I'm playing it. See, this is why Bollock is so useful. Because in situations like this, I can just blow up in its face. I'm going to toxic it first, just in case. Oh, he had the same idea, did he? And I used my Miracle Berry. Right, let's hope. I just used toxic again, fuck. Oh, you're annoying me. See, toxic is going to stack, so it's going to do more and more damage each turn, which is handy.
Sounds handy.
It is. Right. I'm not quite keen on exploding just yet. If I can help it. I'll drag it out a little bit. And then frankly, that sandstorm's probably going to finish me by the time this thing's dead.
No.
Well, it depends if it uses yeah, you see it used soft boil again, so it's just going to heal its health. Yeah, I'm going to have to blow up again, aren't I?
Well.
Although, who knows, maybe it won't use soft boiled. It didn't use soft boiled, so I think poison might actually finish it this turn. Yay. Right, we're blowing up.
Oh, you have little faith.
It's alright. That's Bollock's job. It's another one of our favourites. And this thing's not going to get hurt by a sandstorm, so let's toxic it first. Fuck. Oh, now you hit. Right, that's strategy fucked, isn't it?
Just a tad.
Not an issue. Have you got any more topics?
Yeah, I've got one. Two more.
Okay, let's have one.
Did you hear about that incident a few months back with the poisonous mushrooms?
Yes, I heard about that. I mentioned it during the Nightfire Part 2.
Yeah, well, I was fairly sure we discussed it.
Mm.
The the woman that made the meal has been charged now
Yes.
for poisoning.
Mm.
So clearly they believe that they have enough evidence that it was intentional.
Clearly.
I assume they don't charge you for accidental poisonings.
No. I mean, I guess manslaughter maybe? I don't know. Hard to say.
But yeah, no, that's a thing that is developing. Wasn't a particularly long topic, but it was a topic nonetheless.
No, it seems to have gripped Australia, certainly. I don't find it all too interesting. Although I probably would if it was in, Britain.
Yeah, it's mushrooms, isn't it? We're not all that interesting.
I know Woody's not in a particularly great state here. I can't heal during battle. But we'll go for it and see how we do. I think we've dealt with the bulk of his team.
Oh, it was murder she was charged with.
Oh, there you go. Come on, hit yourself. Fuck. You coward. Oh, I don't think Woody's making it through this.
No, probably not.
Unless I get very lucky. No, okay. We're brute forcing it.
Go on, Shocky. Run into him at incredibly high speeds.
So my plan is we could potentially get this done next week.
Oh wow.
So we're gonna wrap up the Elite Four here. We'll probably take on another gym, maybe two, depending on the time. Next week we'll do the Elite. We'll finish off the gyms. We'll do the Elite Four again, and then we'll fight Red.
A top lettuce.
Yeah, this is his last one.
Is that a real name or is that a nickname?
That's a nickname.
Is it a Skarmory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is part flying type.
Yes, it is.
So we should be just fine. We're just fine.
It seems like a weird name for a...
Yeah, I never understood it. Maybe it's a reference to something, I don't know.
It feels like it
But
is a reference one.
we've
I don't know
beaten
what to.
the champion. We did it. Yeah.
I assume it's not a drug joke.
Probably not. I mean, why? I don't know how that would. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, a final battle.
Bom bom bom.
It's the game's mascot, Piggy. It's part ground type shit. We'll be fine.
Yes, you're.
It's got
born with the same
outrage.
ability.
Jesus.
That's outrageous.
Hmm. Well, our newest team member did it.
Good old Diego.
Ah. Yeah, stay here, Piggy.
Bit weird, but okay.
Well, that's the second of our 4 milestones met. Oh yeah. Do you want to take the opportunity to say a few words about our team?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh boy, they sure knew how to do the stuff.
Well, you nicknamed them.
Yeah, that's all I did.
Mm.
It's hardly a big job.
Well, I think you did it very well.
Oh, thank you. Not sure why you're flattering me, but okay.
There's Woody.
Electabuzz.
Here's Diego.
Bye, cool.
Come on. Here's Magneto.
Magneton.
Here's Bollock.
Electrode.
Here's Sergeant Angle.
Solid angle.
And here's Shocky.
Ah, yes.
And there's me. Hello.
Who's that weirdo?
Me. Yes, I know how to use Pokeballs. Don't patronise me, old man.
Is that because you've got like 5 Pokemon?
Right, how long have we been going on this? Not
Not
long.
that long.
38 minutes. Right. Okay. We can clear all 3 gyms then today. Right. Well, 4 actually. Okay. We'll start with Bugsy.
Do you want my last topic?
Yeah, go on.
Have you heard that there is a new song from the Beatles?
Yes, I did hear about that. I didn't read the article because I don't care for music. It's an old
Christ,
thing.
You're like the person that John Cale and Jeff Buckley and Rufus Wainwright and Leonard Cohen are singing to.
Mm,
Yes, there is a new Beatles track.
yeah.
I think it's special about this one.
It's a sequel to Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yes,
Lucy in the
it's
Sky with...
It's Pedro in the field with bananas.
Yes.
No, in all seriousness, it is a song that has been compiled using demo tape with John Lennon on it from 1978.
Mm-hmm.
That has been cleaned up using modern technology, mixed with rhythm guitar from George Harrison in 1995.
Oh, right.
And then new content provided by Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr last year.
Well, I'm glad Ringo got a look in.
Well, he's more involved in it than George was, all things considered.
You know he's married to a Bond girl?
I didn't know that, but I'm
He's
also
married to
not
Barbara Bach, who played Triple X, Agent Triple X in Spy Love Me.
I follow him on Facebook because it's from way back when you just randomly like things and stuff. And he does a lot of posts where he's doing the peace symbol.
Yeah, he's gone all... Well, I say he's gone all hippie, but he's living life as an old old peace and love type, isn't he?
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. Someone's got to.
Yes.
But no, I because it's new music, and we're now back at the point where I do my new music posts each week.
Hmm.
It has fallen victim to my opinion.
Yes, you get to
Uh,
review a new Beatles song. That's pretty
that
dope.
is history. It's not
Yes, it
something
is.
I ever expected to happen.
No.
And I do make a point of saying that regardless of the quality, prior to my having listened to it at all,
Hmm.
I made a point. I wrote it today. I wrote it this afternoon because it came out today. And I thought I'll get it done out of the way,
Hmm.
so I don't have to think about it over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I did that this afternoon. And my opening paragraph before the read more thing is no matter whether it's any good or whether it's not, it it's important to acknowledge that this is history. This is
Yeah.
supposedly the last Beatles song. They're
Yeah.
calling it the last Beatles song. Whether it will be the last Beatles song or not, time will tell. But it does look like it's going to
I
be.
suppose the thing about that is, I mean, as you say, it's taken from a variety of different sources at a variety of different times. It
Yes.
doesn't really, presumably, it doesn't quite mesh as well.
I make that is my main point,
Yeah.
is that it doesn't sound like don't get me wrong, we're both intelligent enough to know that when you record a song, you're not recording every single aspect of a song at the exact same time. You will be
No,
recording
you.
different segments and layering them together, right?
Yes, you do multiple takes as well, and
Yes.
whatever works best, you clip it together, like how I do my videos. You know,
Yeah.
that's not me doing one reading. That's like a couple of readings, and if one line is the line reading is better than the other, I'll use the better one.
Whereas my project onboard videos were one take, but with a gap in between each section. So, like, there was very few times where I'd stumble over something in the first sentence or
Mm,
two, and then I'd start again just because it's like 30 seconds worth of content.
I mean, you have the luxury of doing that with a video of that style because nobody really
Oh,
expects it
absolutely.
to be perfect. It's like my
Yeah.
tier video. I didn't rehearse anything really. I mean,
You cry about it.
I did record it twice, but the first one was so shit because it was with my headset.
Hmm.
It's why I got a new mic because I thought I'm not fucking editing this.
I haven't watched your tier video, but that's because I previously expressed that I think they're ridiculous ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this now, and you won't believe me, but you do not have any sort of obligation to watch this.
I know.
You know, I don't expect you to. It's completely fine. I'd like you to watch the mainline videos, but this is fine. This is just something to tide over. You know,
Well,
the
I'll probably end up sticking on at some point, but
the hardcore
I don't.
fans.
I don't go into. I wouldn't go into it thinking I'm going to enjoy it.
No, ouch.
Right?
Okay,
No, because it's a tier video, Ben. It's not because it's you. It's because it's a fucking tier video,
I
and I
know.
think they're
Well,
pointless.
don't watch it.
Well, at some point I'll be depressed enough that I'll
Oh well,
think,
you
fuck
made
it,
a
maybe it'll be decent.
fucking rod for your own back there, haven't you? You twat.
But can we get back to the Beatles for a second?
Okay.
Because I was on the middle of a point and we got sidetracked by you shamelessly plugging your own content.
Yeah.
We we're both intelligent enough to know that when you recording is not a single take, is and a fucking everything at the same time. It's layered, it's recorded, it's edited, it's all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
We get that, but this song feels like that's happened,
Hmm.
and that's not what you want. You don't want it to feel like it's been edited. You want it to feel natural, and it just doesn't.
Yeah.
And it's just I do wonder if perhaps part of it is because it's been so publicized that that's not the case. There's no room for the illusion
Well,
that,
you know it's an impossibility.
yeah,
You know, they
right,
haven't, the four Beatles haven't gotten together in a recording studio and put this out because two of them are dead.
yeah, like categorically not a chance in hell. Not even they wouldn't be able to outperform Ringo on drums this time. Okay,
No, Ringo probably is now the best drummer in the Beatles.
yeah, but like
Maybe.
the whole just is possible. Depends how Paul is.
Mm.
But no, like I say, it feels. I put there's a line in there about how the magic of music has been replaced by science
Hmm.
because of how they've. Like
I
to me,
think.
I fucking love music, right? I think music's fantastic. You don't care for it at
Well,
all,
no,
as you
look.
previously
Well,
said.
you know, I think the love of music is in many ways a prerequisite for humanity. I mean, there's some people who just don't get music, which sort of complicates the point. But I think that line is very apt because the impressive thing about that is not necessarily. I mean, I haven't listened to it, but I would imagine the impressive thing about that is not necessarily the quality of the music, more the fact that it exists.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's a big deal because of what it is,
Yeah,
not because of how it is. And I didn't care for it. I've given it a 3 out of 10.
Jesus.
It's fine for me to say that because this will be going up 3, 4 days after it's been published.
Why do you hate the
So no,
Beatles?
I don't hate the Beatles. I think they're overrated. I feel like they fall into the same same trap as people like Bob Dylan and Prince do. In that, yes, fine, they have a few fantastic hits, but the trouble is they've churned out so much music that the few greats are marred by a
No,
multitude of shit
I
ones.
think a music historian would probably disagree with you there in terms of their legacy and impact in general.
Oh! No, no, no! I'm just talking about the specific quality of their music.
But that's entirely
I think,
subjective.
well, of course it is, and that's my stance on it. Is that
Okay, fair
it's
enough. You think they're
you know
overrated. I mean, you
I think
can't possibly say they are overrated. No, that's fine. I agree with that.
yeah. So, but like again, it is a piece of music that is historical and will always be a big part of music history now,
Mm,
even if it's shit, even if it's widely believed to be shit. It doesn't matter because it is the end. It's the footnote at the end of the Beatles.
yes, it is.
Or rather, the
It's.
final chapter, really. And to make it even nicer, they're releasing it as a double A side with their debut single,
Oh, that's nice. What was their debut single?
"Love Me Do."
Right.
At least that's what they've said their debut single is. I think it was
I
alternative
read
floating around at the
I
point.
think it was a Twitter post that sort of tongue-in-cheek suggestion that the Doctor now cannot see another Beatles concert because he's been to them all, and he would be crossing his own time stream. Which is
Well, I mean,
something that occurred to me to mention.
I don't know. I feel like you'd get away with it. He's crossed his own time stream a
Well,
few times.
probably. I mean, he could always just go on the other side of the stadium, couldn't he? But I mean, at a certain point, there's too many of you.
Doesn't have to. He is the concert.
Yeah.
Various incarnations of a Doctor.
Yes. Yeah. Eventually, it's like the only reason why the Beatles were successful is because 20,000 incarnations of the Doctor supported them. Every screaming girl on the Ed Sullivan Show was a
Was
is
this
a
one more
is a Doctor,
incarnation?
and gradually they they know it. You know what I mean? You know, they'd know that. Well, that person next to me, that's me. But then the person next to them knows that there's three of them, and then four of them, and then before you know it, there's one of them who knows that every single person in that room, apart from the Beatles, even Ed Sullivan, is an incarnation of the Doctor.
Even the Beatles are
Yes,
incarnations of.
honestly,
No, it's
yeah,
just
John
yeah.
Lennon probably they might have actually made passable Beatles or passable Doctors. I guess I don't know.
I am. I don't know either, to be honest with you. But no, do you know what years they died? The now dead ones.
I feel like George Harrison died in like the early 2000s or the late 90s, didn't he?
Pick a year.
2000.
2001.
All right.
You were bloody close.
And
I was tempted to give you it, but I wanted a year from you, so
and
you were close enough for my liking. I'd have been
mm,
more impressed if you got a year.
and John Lennon died in 1980 something. 1986.
1980.
Jesus.
Yeah, December 1980. I remember they were doing a big deal about the 40 years since because he died at 40 or about 40. Um, and yeah, it was.
I a podcast last podcast on the left, which is my favorite podcast. They did an episode about um Mark David Chapman and John Lennon, and he had this weird like schizophrenia fantasy thing where basically there were all these little people, and there was like a government, and every decision he made like resulted in like a cabinet meeting or like a UN style meeting to discuss whether he should do it, and there were like points of order and everything. It was very
Christ.
amusing and very eye opening.
It does sound somewhat opening of the eyes.
Now, let's see.
I've got to go to Tavali Dungeon. I've been doing a lot of wild changing topic.
Genius
I've been doing a lot of
website.
necromancy in
Hmm.
what do we call it? RuneScape this week.
So you know what? I better go and heal. Yeah, is it good?
I enjoy it more as a combat skill than I do as a non-combat skill because you can sort of you can level it up in both ways.
Hmm.
But the trouble is, you got to do both. You
Hmm.
can't just do one. You got to do both, and it is really fucking annoying.
Hmm.
I'm now level 75. I have been making significant progress. I was on 42 when I started on Tuesday, I think it was. And I've managed to get myself up to 75. Just hit 75 before we were talking, actually. Now I'm looking for some ghosts.
Lovely.
Don't know where the
I
ghosts are.
remember old school RuneScape and going to that island and fishing and paying for the members fee so I could get my fishing level up quicker. I was kind of obsessed with getting to level 100 fishing.
100 fishing? Don't you mean 99?
99. So is it? Yeah, right. 99. I think you're right. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you were making a big deal about the fact that they only go up to 99. When
Yeah.
I told you that my agility was 120.
Yeah. I forget, and also I don't really care about RuneScape these days. I played it a little bit
Most people.
obsessively for a time, but I mean at a certain point it was just sort of clicking, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm doing it now as we're talking, is because it's not
Oh,
overly
that's right.
taxing.
I don't have to fight any of these. They're all the gimmick of this gym is that there's not only other invisible walls, but all these people are disguised as the gym leader, and only one of them is a real gym leader, and you have to suss out which is which. But I know it's her.
That sounds very convenient for you.
Yeah, which is
Will
time
you stand
consuming,
still?
and I'm just going to use rare candidates if I'm honest. Um, yeah.
These ghosts haven't. This pickaxe hasn't done anything.
All right, Shocky, you can deal with it. And I've saved the electric gym leader, Lieutenant Surge, for last because I think it's fitting. You see who the true master of electric types is.
Ooh.
So I might as well tell you because I'm not really going to do it, but I think I mentioned this before. But if you get sufficiently high enough, a lot of the gym leaders have legendaries.
Oh yeah.
So, for example, Blue has a Mewtwo, Sabrina has a Mew, Erica has a Celebi, and so on. The Lieutenant Surge is going to be using a Raikou, I think, which sort of suits him, really.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, this is not ideal for me. It's annoying that nothing I have can learn Psychic or ground type moves. I'm just going to brute force our way through. This
Why do anything else?
Magneto can't be poisoned, which is something, and it can't be hit by poison type moves because it's a steel type. So, advantage us. I have a heart. You know, ages ago, I had those heart issues,
Yeah, I recall.
and I went to A&E, and you were very worried. Well,
Well, I didn't want to have to write your eulogy.
yeah, I mentioned that I was going to be referred, and I've been referred. So I have an appointment on the 29th of November at a hospital in a place near us
Oh,
for tests. So, yeah,
is that the hospital in the big town near there?
the big town, you know.
Yeah, the town that you work at.
No, the other big town.
Oh, okay. Because one of the big towns in that area there's a hospital there that has a children's ward that I helped get some art into.
Really?
Yeah, back in 2012 for Princess Trust course I was on, one of the things we did was we made some art to get put up in that hospital's children's section.
Well, after this, I'll have to tell you what the hospital is, and we'll see.
It has a monarch in the name.
No.
Okay, well that's the one that it happened.
All right.
But that resolved for you know.
Well, I hope I
You know
can.
what I mean, though, yeah.
No, I hope I can get a lift.
Yeah. I can't take you.
No, it's all right. I'm sure Mum will be able to. Let's use something else for a change. Diego hasn't really gotten much screen time lately.
Well, you know, they stopped making the Ice Age films, didn't they?
Oh yeah. What did you think of those films?
Yeah, they're all right. Nothing
Eh.
special. I'd probably score them higher than I have the latest Beatles track, but
Ouch.
I know, right? Final song from the Beatles, not as good as Ice Age,
Mm.
but
Well,
also not as long as Ice Age. So
that's
you know,
the penultimate gym leader done.
nicely done. Soul Badge.
Just giving us a TM we already have.
Yeah, well, that's stupid of her. I'm not sure those walls are actually invisible.
No. No, they
Let's
were
see
in
what
red, blue, fire red, leaf green, I think, but maybe they were slightly visible. I know I've seen people comment that you can see them, but I never could. Maybe it's just a screen size issue.
Yeah, it's possible. So one to go.
Yes, Lieutenant Surge.
You need to unplug him.
Yeah, he's going to short circuit.
Yeah, he's gonna be shocked when you kick his butt.
Yeah. Right.
That'll teach you a cunt.
You just gave up on the puns towards the end, didn't you?
Well, I thought it would the sudden shift in tone would be amusing.
Well, it was.
Yeah.
Right. No,
I understand
ideally,
comedy.
yeah.
I'm not good at it, but I understand it.
So ideally,
I finished watching Peep Show, by the way, because I
you
was
burned through
last
that.
couple of weeks. Yeah, well, they're only 20-minute episodes, and there's only 9 seasons of 6 episodes.
Any
each,
new,
so.
any new feelings on it? Oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass, isn't it?
Well, I was thinking that a lot of the way that Jeff acts
Yeah.
is based on how much of a dickhead Mark is.
Mm.
And that perhaps it sort of makes sense that him and Sophie end up together.
I can't help. How so?
Well, because they were hitting it off, and it's only really Mark's interference but yeah, it's only really Mark's interference that fucked things up. Don't get me wrong, he was kissing that bird in the pub,
Yeah.
which is Mark had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
But Jeremy was around,
Mm.
and you know what Jeremy's like. Jeremy's an enabler.
So, I guess.
But it strikes me that towards the end of the series, a lot of people are commenting on Mark's sapping and the way he sort of drains everyone. I mean, there's a bit where Sophie refers to him as a life machine, but instead of giving life, you just suck it all out of people.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I sort of wonder whether maybe Jeff is only so obnoxious because he can't stand Mark. I mean, It's one of those situations. Oh, fuck's sake, I did nothing. Maybe it's one of those situations where Mark is so awful and obnoxious that he just brings out the worst in people.
Yeah, very possible. I mean, there's that scene where he wants Jeff to punch him,
Yeah.
and he calls him a chicken fucker, right? And
Yeah.
makes noises, and just can't wait till that big rooster Jeff comes home. Stupid lines like, "Hey, it's funny. It's a funny thing." But Jeff's reaction to it, for the most part, is, "Look, Mark, stop it." He's not violent until Mark really goes for it, and is very evidently not going to stop.
Yeah.
Right? And then he headbutts him,
Mm.
which ultimately has the potential to backfire anyway, because if you're headbutting someone, you're as likely to do damage to you as you are to them, really, aren't
Yeah, that's true.
you? You know,
Uh,
at least the way I headbutt people,
mm,
I've always ended up coming out of it with a headache. So
right.
evidently,
Well, you've headbutted people.
I mean, I've had a few scraps in my time, haven't you?
No.
Oh well,
There's.
sometimes you end up in a
Oh, fuck, that did nothing. You know the best way to win a fight?
don't have one.
Don't have one.
You don't really want it, then, have you?
Shut up.
But no, so I don't think. Obviously, there is one thing we need to consider as well, is that there is a potential that we're getting narrator bias.
That's impossible.
Is it though?
Yes. Because it's
Because
point of view.
okay, but whose points of view?
Yes, but it's not. I'd agree with you if it was like based on diary entries or something, but we're seeing what they're seeing. That is how.
Okay, but
That is
consider
how.
this for a minute.
Okay.
Consider this very important thing.
Okay.
When they are thinking and we're hearing their thoughts, how well can you hear what the other people are saying?
Not too well.
Okay, which means that how can we be sure that when we are hearing what they're saying, that's actually what they're saying? Because we're not getting it. We're clearly hearing what the person whose perspective we're getting is hearing,
No.
because it's like they'll be having a think. Jeremy in particular will be having a think and say, "Oh shit, I need to pay attention," and then stop for thinking, and
Yeah.
then we'll be hearing what they say again. So
Yeah.
I reckon there's a possibility that we are getting some bias.
I mean, maybe, but how many times do you drift off in the middle of a conversation, and do you actually genuinely remember what has been said while you've drifted off?
Sometimes,
Well, there you go. Now they're
not
hearing it. We
always.
can, if they can hear it, we can hear it. I don't know. I see where you're coming from, though.
I think it's an option that should be explored, or at least entertained. Not necessarily explored, but at least
Yeah.
entertained as a like because literally Mark takes issue with everyone.
Yeah.
Like with the exception of the women he wants to sleep with.
Just take a minute and look at my team right now.
I'm
Me
looking at your
fighting
team.
a gym trainer,
You
right?
are in spot above it,
I have no counter. I'm gonna win this fight, but I have no counter to electric types, and I'm underleveled.
and you're an electric type.
Hmm.
You don't fight fire with fire, or do you? I always forget. I think it depends on the type of fire, doesn't it?
No.
I think if it's a electrical fire, you use carbon dioxide.
Yes. Whereas it's a chip pan fire, you break out the flamethrower.
No,
Right.
no, no, no. You break out the flamethrower if it's a forest fire.
I can't be asked to heal using items. We're flying back to Elm's lab and we're doing it there.
Yeah. I don't spend much time thinking about things like that. By the way, it's something that came to mind.
Mm.
But no, I spent a lot of time whilst Jeff was on the screen thinking, actually, maybe he's not as bad as we're led to believe he is.
He has the best shit-eating grin in the business, that guy.
To be fair, he's one of the few people that goes into JLB credit to help tear his place up.
Yeah,
In
he
fact,
does.
I had to double take because I thought, hang on a minute, is that Jeff? And I recognised his shirt for some reason. Like
Mm.
it stood out because in the earlier. But then there's There's only one person in that scene that we don't get a name for,
Hmm.
and they happen to be a black person.
Right. Let's see. Let's see. I think I can win this, but it's going to be pretty touch and go. It's probably
Good
going to
luck
be
to
the
you.
hardest fight we've had thus far.
I will start paying more attention to the fight.
Oh, well, that's terribly kind of you.
Well,
Right.
not much more.
That's okay. This may be a mistake, but I'm going to leave with bollock. No, yeah, no, I'm number one.
Oh, one thing I did notice early in, the episode where the door on the bathroom doesn't work because Superman kicks it off,
Yeah,
and then Mark gets sick, and the carpenter comes in to sort the door out, and
yeah.
it's Big Mad Andy, who ends up being one of who goes to therapy, and is quite proud of the fact he goes to therapy because it's there's no stigma about it. He needs therapy, he goes to therapy,
Yeah.
right? And later on,
Well,
Big Mad Andy is
therapy
one
in
of
quotes,
Jeremy's
life coach
one,
people.
one of Jeremy's life coach people. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's just it's fucking ridiculous. But that's a fucking situation.
Oh, fuck it, hit. Hey ho. That strategy went to shit. Okay. It's sticky wicket time.
You keep your wicket out, my stick it.
Right, so far we're one all.
Oh, one and a bit all, to be fair, because
Mercifully,
they are slightly ahead.
I have a good counter to Magneton.
Is it? No, it's not Magneto.
No, it's Woody. It's going to burn it with fire. One of the few things we can
Yes.
actually do something against. I don't think that's very good. That's not great.
I mean, it did a fair bit of damage.
Why does everything have fucking Hyper Beam on his team?
Because they like to be hyper.
Okay, 2-1 to me. Electrode. I'm going to keep Woody in because I don't really have much use for him anymore. Let's try and burn it, I guess.
Oh, we missed.
Fuck you.
The bonfire night's coming up.
Oh. Yes, it is. Remember
you,
the 5th of November. Gunpowder treason.
Can you remember which monarch was on the throne at the time?
James the First. No.
Correct. It was
Yes.
James first.
Yes.
It was a quiz question this morning on the BBC Radio Thursday morning quiz.
Yeah.
And it's what made me think about the Kings and Queens song. Actually, I knew it was James the First without doing the song. When I did the song anyway in my head afterwards just to double check my working. And yeah, they got it. No, I think one of them got it. Someone thought it was Charles II, the fool. But do you do anything for bonfire night? Is that a thing you celebrate?
Well, I mean, I set fire to a Catholic or two, obviously. But
I'm surprised you'd do such a thing. So brazenly, at least.
Yeah, well. No, I don't really do anything. What do you do?
I don't really do anything either. That's because it's frowned upon to try and blow up Parliament. Maybe not by the public, but at least by the government. Can't help but wonder what sort of a state the country would be in if...
He's got 2, I've got 4. We're in a pretty good situation here.
You could do this.
I probably will. Just a matter of figuring out what best play is. Maybe it is just better just to zap it. Okay, maybe not.
blowing up Parliament wouldn't have the same effect these days anyway. Really, would it? Because I mean, half of them only half of them ever turn up.
Mm. Well, of course, blowing up Parliament was just a prelude. You're going to blow up Parliament, and then a bunch of senior Catholics would rise up, and Catholicism would have a bit more freedom in Britain again.
Yeah, you see, I couldn't stand for that either.
Pretty rough time to be a Catholic.
What, now or then?
Then.
Yeah, I suppose you're not really on anyone's radar as a Catholic these days, are you?
No, but well, I remember. Oh,
Well, maybe
fuck
for
you,
police,
that's
but...
cheating. I remember when Queen Elizabeth II was the first English monarch since, like, Bloody Mary, I think, to visit a Catholic church. And when she did, there was a crowd outside, a small crowd, but they were screaming like traitor at her.
Oh, well.
People are fucking nuts.
Yeah, they are. They always have been, always will be, sadly.
Here he comes.
So
Yes.
that's not quite entirely true.
The pretender to
They
the
won't always
throne.
be. There will be a point in which humanity is no more, and then people will stop being fucking mental.
Mm. Right. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go for the bloody burn or the ice, or that'll do. Something. I'd rather have the burn, to be honest, but... see what we can do, and then we'll crunch.
Oh, that's Magneto down.
Well, it's Raikou versus Raikou, and the advantage is ours in terms of health and status, if not in level. Oh shit, this could be bad. Oh.
Have you got a revive?
Yeah, I do. What do I use it on?
Who was doing the?
No, fuck it. I've changed my mind.
You just gonna take the chance.
Well, he's gonna have to recharge, isn't he? And then I might as well. He's probably gonna use.
Well, are you not going to attack again? Get it done.
I mean, I'm probably faster than him, aren't I?
I mean, the only.
There we go. Yeah, yeah. Of course, I was
risk
fast.
really was whether he was going to heal.
Yeah.
Because heals go first, don't they? But
well, I was gonna heal then, but no, you're right. He was paralyzed, so I was gonna move first. Doesn't always work out that way. It just slows you down, but it slowed him down enough, and we are officially the best electric type trainer in the world.
I'll teach him.
Well, in 2 regions anyway.
Sod the rest of the world.
All 16 badges, yay!
So I guess this is just for the next to last video then.
Yeah.
Well.
So what I'll do. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Elite Four's levels go up to 90.
Oh, Christ.
I am not gonna fucking grind all the way up there, so I'm just gonna... I mean, look at that. I told you it was gonna be rough. I'm just gonna force feed everything rare candies. And I'm probably not gonna film it.
Best time to eat candy is right after Halloween, right?
Yes, I'll force feed everything rare candies. We'll take on the Elite Four next time. We'll deal with that, and then we'll head up Mount Silver and take out Red. So let's head to Indigo Plateau. How long have we been going on this? It must be over an hour now. Yeah, an hour and 50 minutes. That's perfect. And we'll give the final word Our newest
Sergeant Angle.
team member.
Oh, no, you did that last time, didn't you?
No, we didn't have him last time.
I could have sworn you caught him.
No,
Because I gave him a name.
no, I said I was going to catch him, and I caught him during the training video, which played at the start of this one.
Did I pre-pick a name?
Sorry.
Did I pre-pick the name?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we'll give the final word to Diego. Okay, that's not really a word. That's just showing off. He's looking ahead. Any more words of wisdom? Hopping around. Okay, well, not much going on there.
What a useless bastard.
Come on, one more chance. Well, that's something, right? Well, we'll yeah, when we come back, everything will be up to level 90, and I'll take on the league, and then we'll take on red, and then we'll call it quits. Maybe not 90, maybe like 85. I don't know. I'll get everything up to an appropriate level where they still announce a challenge. But yes, so
Right, you'll have to think about something else to play after that.
yeah, I don't know what it is going to be. Thanks for joining us.
Bye. Everyone.
Bye.